Kenya Moore concocting a scheme to use the cookie lady to expose her co-star's partner for being a cheater is peak projection. But what is projection? It's a word you probably hear a lot, especially in the reality TV streets. But what does it look like when someone is projecting? Could you be doing it? And if so, how do you stop? From Lisa Barlow's epic hot mic rant, to Marlo Hampton saying this awful thing to Kenya,
if a person's mother don't want to be bothered with them, you know something.
When she had a difficult relationship with her own mom. Projection is a common tendency, not just on reality TV, but in real life. In fact, a lot of us do it most of the time, all the time, without knowing that we're even doing it. So, today I am going to use this random moment from the Bravo Vault to talk about projection, to help you identify when you're doing it, and most importantly, to help you stop doing it.
Stop it. Get some help.
So, TLDR. Back in season 11, Tanya Sam was a friend of, and she was in a long-term relationship with Paul. At the same time, Kenya's marriage to Mark Daly, aka Nosring, was falling apart, and based on conversations with Candy and Cynthia, it was heavily implied that Mark might have been unfaithful. So why would Kenya go digging into another woman's relationship and try to destroy it on national TV? Well, that is textbook projection. To understand projection, we have to go back to where all behavioral analysis began. Well, kind of. Sigmund Freud. The father of psychoanalysis talks about defense mechanisms, aka unconscious strategies used by the ego to protect itself from anxiety-provoking thoughts, feelings, or impulses. Projection is a way of painting your internal experience onto someone else. I like to call projection wanting to make your reality someone else's reality. According to Psych Central, when you project, your brain isn't ready to process what you're feeling, but it still wants an outside perspective of what's going on. So you take what's going on with you and project it onto an external target. In Kenya's case, she was likely projecting her feelings about her divorce onto someone else's relationship because she wasn't ready to deal with it. But that's not the only way projection manifests. Here are a few common examples of projecting. Accusing your partner of cheating when you're the one being unfaithful or having unfaithful thoughts. Diminishing or judging someone when in fact something about them triggers your insecurities.
Hey, seriously, it's okay to be out in public like that? Well, your objection to her, let's call it her visibility, could be because you're feeling some lack of your own.
Judging something in or on someone that you also possess or struggle with. Like Lizzo body shaming her plus size employees, allegedly. Noticing and accusing people's flaws and faults that you have, or also blaming your mistakes on someone else or something else. Trying to prove that someone's situation is as bad as yours. Like Giselle, Robin, and Ashley trying to prove that Chris Bassett is a cheater like their husbands and ex-husbands, allegedly. Pinpointing the flaws and faults in other people's relationship when you have deep issues in yours. So, why do we act this way? Well, your brain's job is to protect you, and it often resorts to your ego to uphold a default narrative that keeps you from being in the wrong. Projection is one of your brain's built-in Delulu strategies. When something is too painful to process and accept, your brain comforts you by creating a false reality that's more palatable than what's going on. So, how do we stop projecting? In order to stop projecting, we therefore need to take a spoonful of reality, whatever it is. If projection is a defense mechanism, what are you defending yourself against? What is the truth you don't want to admit? Get self-aware. Take inventory of your emotions and figure out what your insecurities are. What are the areas of your identity where you feel shaky? It could be something like clothing or status, or something deeper like your relationship or your career or your very sense of self and self-esteem. Remember, the things that trigger us are the best places to go looking for our healing. Learn to feel your feelings. Anytime we project onto others, we're delaying the process of working through our own BS and actually getting better. The faster we feel, the faster we heal. Listen to your internal monologue without defense mechanisms. Question the things that you tell yourself. Question what you think you believe. Some things we pass off as just quote unquote how we think are actually us telling ourselves a very damaging story. It's also worth noting that projecting is a terrible way, horrible way to treat other people, because why would you want to lash out what's going on with you to somebody else? They don't deserve that. So, if you want to be a better human, take all that energy that you're casting outside and point it back inward and figure out, what are you trying to heal from? Until next time.